GMS, Louisiana Saints, coming back at you with another live pre-camp. As always, we give all praises, glory, and honor to
Howard Bashim Yahushua Bashim Rakakadash.
Give honor to the elders, apostles of GMS, peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect, all right, and those that fall into the Lamb, all right. This pre-lesson is going to be on, all right, the victories of the elect. Because right now, you know, as the elect, the hopeful elect, and as the men of the Lord, we suffer L's, man. Which these L's are pretty much the hell that we catch, the different things that we go through. We had to have L's in them, but the victories of the elect is going to be in the kingdom of heaven, man. That's where we're going to get our victory at. That's where we're going to shine and become all that we aspire to be. Now what we're inspired to be is men of the Lord, man. Following, being like Yahweh Shai, man. Right? Talk about that first time.
1 John 3:2. Beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be.
What did it say? Read it again.
Beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh.
When it says beloved, it's talking about the elect, man. Lord willing, we are the beloved of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, man. What it says?
And it doth not yet appear what we should be.
Yeah, and it says it does not yet appear what we should be. Because right now, we always bring this up. One of my favorites, man. Right now, with the common person's view of the men of the Lord, it doesn't appear. They have no inkling because brothers look rough, brothers are in a down state, some brothers are dealing with ailments, and different things like that. It doesn't appear what we should be, man. It doesn't appear that a man that's striving for the mastery of these scriptures in the pursuit of the kingdom, it doesn't appear right now that this man is a man of the Lord, that he's going to get power from on high, from Yahweh Shai. It doesn't appear that right now. Because we're in this flesh, we're dealing with faithless people, man. These people are a bunch of faithless people. And even like I think one of your brothers said it, that even the elder Yeshua says, man, these people have they're in the time of the flood, like what is it?
A flood-like mind state.
Yeah,
flood-like behavior going on.
So they don't see spiritual. They don't see or have that it when it comes to having faith, man. But the men of the Lord do. All right? Read it again and finish it out.
Beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be, but we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is.
And that he is who? Yahweh Shai. We should be like him. Right? Even when you read the scriptures in Isaiah, it says when he comes back, he's gonna not meet you as a man. Meaning he's gonna become, Yahweh Shai is gonna come back as an angelic force, man. And we're gonna be like him. That's plain. That's another insight, another look on spiritual powers, man. And that brings out every so often that hammer in your head, man. Because a lot of you guys got a Marvel versus Capcom type of mindset. You think that's only for the TV. That's only for the cartoons and shit, man. Not knowing the Lord himself has spiritual powers, man. The men of the Lord has spiritual powers. Those things, where do you think they get those ideas from? Where do you think they get the concept of that, man? All right?
AI.
Real quick. We're dealing with a bunch of devils. They tell you that they tell you in Psalms, they tell you all in Daniel that this devil is wiser than Daniel. All right? They tell you that this man he really looks into this shit, man. And your enemy knows you better than you. And your enemies have the records of us, man. And they know that our ancestors, our fathers, once possessed spiritual powers, man. They know this. Why you think they putting up all type of space forces and shit like that? Go ahead.
Just gonna say, you got these so-called Christian jakes out here that'll believe that Jesus walked on water and brought Lazarus back. When you talk about men getting spiritual powers and be like Superman, all that's fairy tale stuff. You get bugged out. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah. What you think Samson had, man? Rocking niggas shit with a jawbone. What you think that's about? being outnumbered. I mean, totally outnumbered in killing shit, man. So what you think that's about, man? You think that's based on man's own skill? All right? Or is that spiritual powers, man? You have one? Yeah.
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51. Behold, I show you a mystery.
Right. Go ahead.
Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed.
Yeah, I show you a mystery. This is one of the most deepest mysteries amongst mankind, man. It's not so much a mystery amongst the elect, though, man. The Lord gave it to us, and we have it. We understand it. We have faith in it, man. That mystery is the mystery, ultimately the mysteries of the kingdom, the mysteries of the Lord's men possessing what we know as spiritual powers, man. Where?
In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed.
We shall be changed. Changed from what? These vile bodies, man. These weak, feeble bodies. All right? Because in order to be changed, hey man, how you gonna once have that and then be changed, brought into the chain of darkness? You've been changed back to what you originally was, man. That's why the scriptures always goes into how you once knew this, man. I'm gonna put you in remembrance because you once knew this. Our forefathers had the wisdom and knowledge of that, man. They knew that. They knew about reincarnation. They knew about spiritual powers, man. They possessed it. All right. Go ahead, I got some more. I got a whole lot of meat in that.
For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality.
Must put on immortality. In order to dwell with them, dwell with Yahweh Shah, you must put it off. You must put off this flesh, man, and be changed into another body. All right? It has to happen, and it's going to happen, man. Go ahead.
So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory.
Right, and that's another part of the victory that the elect don't get. All right, that's another win. All right. All right, we can lose all year. All right, still get there to the promised land and come off with the biggest win. Which we gonna get, man? We gonna get the biggest upset among all upsets there ever been, man. Upon our enemies, man. It's gonna be given from Yahweh Shai too, man. And this here, what the brothers reading, is a part of that victory, man. That we are hoping to possess, and we gonna wear it, and we gonna do some shit too with it, man. Go ahead, up.
O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory?
Yeah. We're going to be able to mock that, man, because that ain't going to have rule over us no more, man. Just like it didn't have rule over Yahweh Shai. All right? Go ahead.
And that also proves we're not going to die in the kingdom.
That's right.
Like the elder said, we're going to mock death, man. We're going to have total power over the elements. We're going to be able to travel back and forth to the spiritual realm. We're going to have chariots. Every man of the Lord is going to have his own chariot. But you need a spiritual body to be able to operate those things. So we're going to be on a whole nother level.
Right.
It says, this thing.
As this brother went into, in order to have spiritual powers, one must possess, first and foremost, faith. In order to manipulate the elements. It's all it's about. Everything is in elements, man. You have to learn to manipulate the elements, man. Right? Just like in the scene with Magneto, I bring out time and time again. There was a time where Magneto couldn't do shit with the powers he had. He knew he had something, but then Professor X got with him and worked with him. You gotta focus. You gotta do this. And then the first time he ever did something, he bent the spoon. And then from there, he knew he had power over the metals, man, which is an element. All right? Where you think those people got all that understanding of those different abilities that those quote-unquote superheroes have? And most of those superheroes, too, man, are based on Jake, man. Most of these damn flicks that come on TV, like Star Trek, Star Wars and shit.
Yeah.
All right? Go ahead.
Stan Lee, the creator of the Marvel Universe, he said he based it on Jake, man. Malcolm X is supposed to, Magneto is supposed to represent Malcolm X. Professor Xavier is supposed to represent MLK. Like, you have the coons that want to integrate with the devil, and then you have the men that are in their right mind. They're like, look, we're not equal to these people. We're better than them. We should take over them. So that whole struggle between Magneto and Professor X, that all goes back to Jake, man. Stan Lee said it himself. It's based on our people and our struggles.
Right. Yeah, man. Because when you look at the landscape of those so-called heroes, mainly I want to focus on the villains. The villains being their right mind. You know, the villains really being their right mind when it comes to ruling and having power over the million, man, over these people.
Yeah, every superhero movie, the villain is actually the hero when you flip it. Like when you look at Batman. Batman was trying to keep the global elite system going. Was trying to keep Gotham afloat. All of the villains were trying to free Jake, basically, man. You got to look at it like that.
Bane, all of it, man. And really, and when you get into it, really get into this shit, I know for sure that the guy Batman, Green Lantern, Superman, they were based on Luciferian, and also Illuminati so-called superheroes, man.
Yeah. Superman's name was what? Kal-El, which means all-powerful God, man.
Right.
They just take stuff from the scriptures and put a wicked twist on it.
Right. We coming into a time where real men, real blood and flesh men gonna possess those same powers, man. It was all throughout the Bible, all throughout the scriptures. Men possess spiritual powers, man. So how much more these times? It's just the Most High turn man down. And certain men, he gonna turn them back up too. Right? You got there's a little more in there?
No, that was it. But I got a quick one back over you.
Go ahead.
I got one too.
Real quick, this St. John 14 and 12, because the elder said it started with faith. It started when Magneto believed that he could do that, man. It started with belief. It says, 1 John 14 and 12, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these.
What did the scripture just say?
God, he that
Whoa, man, that's one of them blow your socks off moments, man.
Yeah.
What did it say?
Verily, verily, which means truthfully, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, he shall do also.
The work that I do, he should do also. Go ahead.
And greater works than these shall he do.
And greater work than these shall he do. Meaning, when you go into and I can bring out tons of them. Yahushua walking on the water. Yahushua bringing the girl back to life. Remember they mocked him, and he said, oh, she just sleep. And they mocked him. That was the ability to raise the dead. Those are the abilities that the men of the Lord gonna have. The healing. And there's so many miracles that the man did. It said that this book can't even contain it, man. All the miracles that the Yahushua did. And they had said people was eyewitness to it. So just like people was eyewitness to the works and miracles he did, people gonna be eyewitness to what we gonna do over here, man. Them powers, man.
People were walking behind
That's
them,
right.
the disciples and apostles, they just wanted to touch their shadow, touch their garments. That's the power. We had that, man.
We had that, we possessed that, and we're gonna possess it again. All right? And like we always bring out, what are you seeing here? What you see? Each and last one of the men of the Lord, starting with the apostles, what we're doing is an act of spiritual powers, man. Raising the dead, not physically dead, but spiritually dead. We're raising brothers back up from that dead, cryptic, creepy, fucking dead state they're in, man. That America has you in. Hip hop, huh?
God, healing the sick too.
Yeah, healing the sick, man. Because only when you on the outside, you understand that, oh, these brothers deal with the herbs and shit, deal with certain metals and shit. Brothers gonna do that, man. A man give it to you, it acts you, shakes you back, man. Go ahead, Doc. I think. You had something that way? Yeah, go ahead. Yes. Go ahead, Doc.
But this is the account you're talking about. In order to have faith, in order to visualize that you have those spiritual powers, it's just the account when Yahweh was walking on the water.
Yeah.
I have to bring it up. It's a few of them.
Give me that one.
Matthew 14 and 25. And in the fourth watch of the night, Yahweh went unto them walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, It is a spirit, and they cried out for fear. But straightway Yahushua spake unto them, saying, Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid.
Yeah, he was walking on the water, man.
And
Where?
Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water. And he said, Come.
That's it right there.
And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Yahushua.
He did what?
He walked on the water to go to Yahushua.
Yeah, and the Lord told him, come here. Yeah, you can do the same thing. Go ahead.
But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid and beginning to sink.
Yeah, he started, Peter was walking 1 minute and he started dipping down the water because he started losing faith, man. Go ahead.
He cried, saying, Lord, save me. And immediately Yahushua stretched forth his hand and caught him, and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt?
Oh, thou little faith. Why is that? Basically, why are you doubting, man? You can't doubt. You gotta believe in these scriptures. You gotta believe that spiritual power is gonna be possessed. Maybe on you and men like you, man. Because the only way you believe, unless you believe in the source, man. You gotta have a source that powers you up. All right? Just like a goddamn car. What's the source of a car? The battery first. Then from the battery, you have a conglomerate of other things happening within that body of that car, man. The alternator, the engine, all right? The spark from the gas and the spark plugs and the pistons and shit. And then it's alive. Same thing with us. You believe in that source that gives you the power, then you'll be able to mount up, man. You'll be able to mount up like the Lord said we was gonna mount up, man. Give me that one about David. You know? Huh?
You got it, Zechariah. That one is Zechariah?
Yeah. You got it. Bring it up.
Zechariah 12:8. And that day shall the Most High defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem.
In that day. That day ain't came yet, man. In that day. Meaning this is a future prophecy. This is a future thing that's gonna happen. In that day. Go ahead.
And he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David.
Right. He that is feeble amongst us should be as David. So let's just say one of you brothers, let's say this brother here. He's a young man. One will look at him just like in the time of David, when David was picked amongst all his brothers. He was the most feeble. Even when he was mounted up against Goliath. Oh, you tender. You told me to ready. He was tender, you young ass little boy. Yeah, he was talking shit.
Yeah, you're right.
He said, motherfucker, he basically said, I throw you to the fucking birds in here, man. But yet with them powers, that same man can do what? Go ahead. It's gonna tell you.
And he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David.
You gonna be as David, man. Even though King David was a warrior, King David was a bad mother. Shut your mouth, man. This the feeble amongst it. Now what it says some more.
And the house of David shall be as Yahweh, as the angel of the Most High before them.
Yeah, it's gonna be as the angels of the Most High, man. Be like the Most High, man. Ain't nothing gonna be able to hold us, man. And we believe that, man. I truly believe if Lord willing, if I'm not one, I'm gonna be on the cliffs on the what it is? I'm gonna be on the brother back, man. I'm gonna be right. Lord willing, me trying to be next to him with them shit. Hey, oh shit. Gotta be tearing shit up, man. You know? Lord will, man. There's some more? All right. Yeah. Hold on. Well, I told him for the scratch, my bad. Yeah, bring yours up.
This is Psalms chapter 18. I'm going to start at verse 32. And as the brother brought out in that Zechariah 12:8, it said, the feeblest among them shall be as David. But as we're about to read, David was no feeble man. He was the mightiest of his mighty men. This is Psalms 18, verse 32. It is the Most High that girdeth me with strength, and maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds' feet, and setteth me upon high places. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by mine arms.
Yeah. Read it again. Jake don't understand that, man. Jake don't understand what's going on, bro.
That's literal.
Yes.
That's literal. That's not a metaphor.
That's literal, man.
God, this is Psalms 18 and 33. He maketh my feet like hinds' feet,
Yeah.
and setteth me upon my high places.
Meaning you gonna bet with hinds feet? What happens with animals with hinds feet, man? Them motherfuckers can jump out the gym. And it said setting me up on high places. You gonna bet if one of these motherfuckers here ain't gonna be nothing, bro. One of these fucking buildings or something ain't gonna be shit to jump up there. What?
Verse 34. He teacheth my hands to war.
He teaching my hands to walk. And we're gonna get down, man. We're gonna get down, and I think that the most universal fighting is mixed martial arts, man. Which Jake taught them the Moabites didn't come up with that shit, man. How you think they learned that? They learned that from King David when King David was amongst them, man. Hey, King David taught them Moabites how to fucking fight. Now you got every slant-eyed goop nigga, he Bruce Lee and Master Splinter around this bitch, man. Dragonfly Jones. No, Jake taught you that shit, man. All right? Them samurais was Jake's. And them niggas was with it, man. They better show me a fucking knife. They better show me a knife. A sword. About from here to across the street. That a nigga had, man. I'm serious. You had to be a big motherfucker with that. Just like David. I know the video probably down. I had to search for it, but I told these brothers about back my first and second year in, the elders went to the Clusters Museum. And they went in there and they had a biblical exhibit, and supposedly this was King David's actual crown. That motherfucker was like a basketball hoop, that round. That's how round the actual crown was. They said it was 75 pounds. Then they went to King David's. King David had a shield, because you could actually see King David as a black man on the shield. And he actually had a lion, a big ass lion in a headlock breaking his neck. On the round part of the shield, you can see him breaking his neck. He looked like fucking Tukey Williams, muscles on top of muscles, man. And that shield was heavy. Then it showed the man knife, man. The man's sword was 75 pounds. So imagine you up here wheeling and cutting niggas with 75-pound sword. You got to be a big, strong. Hey man, you had to have the power, bro. You had to. 75 pounds on your head, bro, just weighing that shit. Come on, man. That dude was a big ass dude. Which we gonna possess that again. We gonna possess that same powers of being our height. To be this short, man, and this is cursed, man. The Most High took all that from us, man. You know? The Most High took all that from us. We're gonna give everything back in a nutshell. Go ahead.
He teacheth my hands to war,
That's right.
so that a bow of steel is broken by mine arms.
A bull of steel. I mean, you can bet a punch. You know, they show you the Hulk, he punching through steel and shit. You see the indentation of his fists and shit. You gonna better do that. You want this Tank Davis and nigga, uppercut a nigga from here to down the street some shit, man. Throw cars and shit. This gonna happen, bro. This ain't no Steven Spielberg shit. Go ahead.
Up in verse 29 in Psalms 18. For by thee I have run through a troop, and by my power have I leaped over a wall.
What that say, man?
For by thee I have run through a troop.
What's a troop? An army.
That's an army, an entire army.
Entire army. Because what happens?
Entire army.
Give me that scripture and get it when it says standard in Jeremiah. Yeah, that's crazy. It's 5?
Yeah. No, it's Isaiah 59.
Isaiah 59.
It's
And read. I want you to read that again. These are things accounts are gonna take place, man. We're in the last days, so these accounts are gonna really happen, man. Go ahead. Let's match that.
It's Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai shall lift up a standard against him.
Yeah. The enemy gonna come in like a flood, like a troop, a mountain, an army of troops gonna come in. And it said the Most High is gonna lift up a standard. When you go into that word standard, it goes into basic spiritual power, having the ability to disappear, escape. All right, kick some ass, man.
And when you go into that word spirit, it goes into warlike energy.
Yeah, and we're gonna have that warlike energy, man. That was it. Now read that one again. We're gonna run through troops, man.
Hey, listen to this real quick. This is in verse 4. The sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid.
That's the troops, man. The floods of ungodly men. Because when we think about the scriptures, what's the first thing in your mind? The scriptures in the Apocrypha said it said that they're gonna be like madmen sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. That's us. That's the tribes, man. But the Lord gonna give, like this brother said, a warlike spirit, man. A spirit from on high to run through their ass, man. To run through them like homecoming paper. What you brothers do if you see, you come out the cut, you see a brother's in the camp. I'm talking about just running, motherfucking legs, people flying and shit. He just getting busy. He on some real Neo shit, stopping shit. You know what I'm saying? Stopping bullets and shit, man. Turning the bitch around, hitting them with it and shit, man. These things are gonna happen. It happened before. Go ahead.
Hey, to back you up real quick in that 2nd Ezra 16, it says the enemy's they shall be like madmen sparing none, but then what does it say afterwards? Then shall it be known who are my chosen.
Yeah. We're gonna be known then, man. When you see a brother pass you up traveling 3 times, 5 times faster than the speed of light, man, you gonna know that's the chosen right there. You know? Yeah. Fists illuminating and shit, man. Electricity coming all out his body. You gonna know that brother got it. You know? Even you might have it, man. Go ahead,
Psalms 18 and 29. For by thee I have run through a troop, and by my power have I leaped over a wall.
Yeah, we're gonna be able to leap over walls, man. You know, we're gonna do some. I read something long time ago when I first came in, and it was a account of David. It said that David was doing something one time to where he had a big boulder. He threw the bitch up in the air and went to like talking and some shit, and caught the bitch in the other hand, bro, like a big ass boulder. That's something I read a long time ago when I first came in the shoot, man. Be able to hop over walls and shit. You gonna better do things like that, man. Does not it say in the book of Revelation, if we're gonna have the power to call fire from heaven, man? We're gonna have that gene, remember gene and read the motherfucker. Yahushua had it. Remember Yahushua said, even with the wicked Pharisees and Sadducees, he can perceive their thoughts, meaning he can read their mind. He knew a nigga was wicked before they was. It was like Judas Iscariot. The Lord been knew that nigga was who he was, man. He just let him play his part in the story. I been knew the nigga was wicked, man. Like them wicked Pharisees and Sadducees. They walked up to him. Hey, like, man, I already know what type of time you're on. He'll reverse and ask them a question with a question. You answer this then. You know?
They showed that shit in that movie Blade. Blade 2, one of the Edomites that was working with him was going behind his back the whole time, and he had a little detonator on his back and went to blow Blade's head off, but Blade smirked at him and was like, I knew you were against me the whole time, so I disabled it and put the charge on yours. So like when he hit the thing, it blew his head up instead of Blade's head.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. And over the years, you just see brothers possessed, but you know that's all goes to discernment too, man. Because even like on this block, we can discern when a nigga is wicked. We can discern when a guy's sincere, and he just having a rough time understanding, or he just an all-out nigga, man. Sometimes we in the spirit like we just don't even want to deal with a nigga. As soon as he come up, hey man, get your go ahead about your business, bro. It's all about spirit, man. And we have a small, we possess a small portion of the spiritual power. Go ahead, I know you can hold it.
This 2 Samuel chapter 23, verse 8. These be the names of the mighty men whom David had.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. I was thinking of that. That's on time. We all the house of David, but you might have had an actual office, actual position amongst David himself,
These
being one of his men.
be the men.
Yeah,
David is here today, and his mighty men is
yeah,
here.
that's right.
This is we could be one of these men. You, one of you brothers. It says these be the names of, because the Lord gonna rebuild the ruins of the house of David, going back to Amos. Amos, this the line of this was David
Right.
men. Like this, it says the Tachmonite that sat in the seat, chief among the captains, the same was Idno the Esnite. He lift up his spear against 800 whom he slew at one time, man. He slew 800 at one time.
800 men at one time.
What?
You tell me which one of you
That's
Jakes can do that.
spiritual powers, man.
Slicing through.
Yeah,
Fucking shit.
You tell me which one of you Jakes can do that, man. Which one of you Jakes can fight 8 niggas right now?
Gotta believe that.
One. Let alone two.
Two niggas. Hey, two niggas.
Go and break the neck of
Yeah.
the line.
Gonna be a whole out struggle.
Yeah. Yeah, well, how many of you can fight one nigga for 8 minutes?
Yeah.
Yes.
800 bones. It wasn't a multitude of punches. It was one strike. That means the angels working with you, man.
Oh yeah.
The spirit of the Lord on you. It says, and after him was Eleazar, the son of Dodo, the Ayahite, one of the 3 mighty men with David, when they defied the Philistines that were there gathered together to battle, and the men of Israel were gone away. So it says he arose and smote the Philistines until his hand was weary, and his hand clave unto the sword.
Right.
It locked to the sword. The sword became his hand, man.
Right. That's when you, hey man, that's when you're in a God-like state, man.
Yes.
When you, whatever weapon, even today, when you get to that God-like state with a pistol or a rifle, and that motherfucker becomes your hand, meaning I can look at something, I can look at the inside that circle right there, 0, and I'm gonna hit that because I'm locked in with it, man. It's
You
one.
done made it your hand.
Hey, it's like when you play that Call of Duty, them niggas be jumping on shit, pow, with that sniper rifle,
Yeah.
hitting shit. You in a God-like state, man. And then when you at the end of the day, what happens? You 83 and 10. You didn't kill shit, man.
Yeah, 360 no scope.
Hey man, and we're gonna be one with them spiritual powers, man. It's gonna be like we're gonna become it.
Yeah.
Become like it's gonna be locked in, man.
We're gonna get in God mode, bro.
Hey, like
Literally, as gods.
what's that good,
We're gonna be in a mode as young gods,
like
man.
that Goodbye Uncle Tom. Y'all ever seen that? When they went on that revolt.
Yeah.
Hey, you might have to get it. When they came in there, and the nigga came out with that afro, that hatchet. You know, that nigga eyes big as a frying pan, like this brother like to say. Nigga eyes was this big, and he had that axe, and he was going back for the kill shot,
He
man.
hit that Edomite so
Good-
hard in the head, the
goodbye,
axe
Uncle
head
Tom.
flew off the handle.
Yeah, huh?
Goodbye, Uncle Tom.
Yeah. We gonna really get vengeance on you devils, man. You fucking Moabites, you Russians, we gonna really get. I'm talking about get busy. Buck nasty busy.
Right?
Go ahead, huh?
Hey, a good example of that on Raya, you know you can back him up. Y'all can, I don't think you can play it much. But God of War, he had spiritual powers on
Yeah.
that, man. No, literally, he was jumping up, disappearing, whipping thousands of men at one time. That's spiritual powers,
Hey,
man.
just like in this time,
They show you it.
the LeBron James, the Kobe, them dudes are God.
Yeah,
Just like
they
in the
God,
time
yeah,
of fucking
yeah.
the Greco-Roman Empire, who you think Zeus and the Hercules was? There was really cartoons about Jakes, man.
They sells to
They love,
Yep.
they still love us. They love the haters though, man. Your women love us. You know, to death. You know? And you look at Jake, man. We got, hey man, Jake gonna be swagged out with the powers though, man. Go ahead.
It says, once his hand clave unto the sword. And Yahweh wrought the great victory that day, and the people returned after him only to spoil him. And after him was Shammai, the son of Agi the Hararite. And the Philistines were gathered together into a troop. There was a piece of ground full of lentils, and the people fled from the Philistines. But he stood in the midst of the ground and defended it, and slew the Philistines, and Yahweh wrought a great victory. And 3 of the 30 chiefs went down and came to David in the harvest time into a cave of Adullam, and the troop of Philistines pitched in the valleys of Rephaim. And David was then in an hole, and the garrison of the Philistines was then in Bethlehem. And David longed and said, "Oh, that one would give me drink of the water of the well, Bethlehem, which is by the gate." And the 3 mighty men break through the host of the Philistine and drew water out of the well of Bethlehem that was by the gate, and took it and brought it to David. They went in the whole enemy territory and got the water and brought it to David because David was thirsty. But let's see what David did. It says, "Nevertheless, he would not drink thereof, but poured it out unto the Lord." Like,
That's what they taking this shit
come on,
from,
man.
man. My home. That's what they taking this shit from, man.
That's what Jay get it from. Man.
My men put their life on the line for they ain't
This for the
worthy for
ones
me to
that
drink
ain't
it,
here.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, man. That's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the scriptures, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
They got more. And he said, "Be it far from me, O Yahweh, that I should do this. Is not this the blood of the men that went in jeopardy of their lives?"
Yeah, man.
Go. It says, "Therefore he would not drink it. These things did these 3 mighty men. And Abishai, the brother of Joab, the son of Zeruiah, was chief among 3. And he lifted up his spear against 300 and slew them, and had the name among 3. Was he not most honorable of 3? Therefore he was their captain. Howbeit he attained not unto the first 3. And Benani, the son of Jehoiada, the son of a valiant man of Kabzeel, who had done many acts, he slew 2 lion-like men of Moab. He went,
Moab like men of Moab. That meaning these niggas was strong as a
Yeah.
strong as a motherfucker.
yeah,
You know, they was, cause like I say, we talk about Jake, but them other nations had some badass men over there too. Preferably,
They had mighty
those 2, Goliath. Them
Yeah, they
nations
mighty
had some
men.
bad men too, but they couldn't mess with us though, man. Go ahead.
it says
This one my favorite, though.
he went down also and slew a lion in the midst of a pit in the time of snow.
Yeah, so it was snowing.
Saber-
He was yeah, the lions that was twice as big as they is now.
Man.
He was so happy that he killed them niggas that we jumped down there just because, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because.
I'm gonna get busy with you.
Them niggas wouldn't even know. They wouldn't even know competition. Let me get down with the big cat, man.
You see Jake like that before. Jake done been whipping the fuck out of nigga. Jake just start whipping his people, everything. Jake just unleashed like, Lord, like something got on him. It looked like something got on him, you know? That's, like
Just like Solomon, man.
spirit got on him.
Fucking Solomon holding 2 pillars, 2 big ass pillars. In
Samson.
Samson, my bad, Samson.
Yeah.
And he just pull him down.
Put him down,
That's
yeah.
spiritual powers, bro.
Gone.
I don't know what people be reading in these churches, man. What people read? That's, all right, what up?
Whoa.
Hey, go ahead, up.
And he slew an Egyptian, a goodly man. And the Egyptian had a spear in his hand, but he went down to him with a staff and plucked the spear out of the Egyptian hand and slew him with his own spear.
That's an insult, man.
Yes,
You kill a nigga with his own
your
shit.
own weapon. He took the weapon from him too.
We gonna add up powers, man. Just like that. Go ahead. Yeah, a little more, right?
That's pretty much.
Right, go ahead. About to start winding down. Go ahead.
Isaiah 40 verse 29, he giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, he increaseth strength.
Read that again, huh? What it says?
Isaiah 40 verse 29, he giveth power to the faint.
He give power. The Most High, Yahweh Bashem Shai, gives power to the faint. We are the faint in this captivity. We are the faint, man. Go ahead.
And to them that have no might,
We have no might. Did not the scripture says in Isaiah that we are like the worm? Jacob thy worm? When you're a worm, you don't have no defense mechanism. You have nothing to ward off predators, man. But the Lord says, I'm gonna give you power, and what else?
And increase your strength.
And increase in strength. What?
That's it.
Nah, you gotta keep going.
You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going.
Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young man shall utterly fall.
Keep going.
Keep going.
But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength.
What are we doing right now? We're waiting up on the Lord. Well, we're gonna do what? Renew our strength, man. Because we ain't strong as we used to be, man. We ain't strong as we used to be. What?
They shall mount up.
Mount
with,
up.
with wings as eagles. They
Where?
shall run and not be weary.
Meaning we're gonna be able to fly. We're gonna be able to run. We're gonna be able to run from what that nigga Kevin Gates said, I don't get tired. We're gonna have that really ability, man. And then I get tired when we get down and get busy. You know?
And they shall
even in the chambers, we ain't gonna get tired, baby. Hey,
and they
our
shall
game gonna be on the thousand. Go ahead.
and they shall walk and not faint.
Yeah, we're gonna walk in that faint. We're gonna really be some sidewalk cracking motherfuckers, man. Brothers gonna mount up. We're gonna have them
Be
yoked
yoked up,
man.
huh?
When you read the Maccabees when they beat the shit out of what the guy named Holodoros, they said there was the angels sitting on the horses. They were notable in strength, meaning them angels had they were yoked up, man. We're gonna get yoked up. We're gonna get our height. Apostle Tahar said back one of my first year, we're gonna get the height back. We're gonna get the muscles, and we're gonna get that third leg too, man. You know? That's right. Yeah. We'll get that third leg. We're gonna open doors without even having to open doors. Yeah, for them women, man. We're gonna go to war with you too. Yeah. Yes, Lord. You know? Go ahead, Go ahead. Finish up.
That was it.
Give me that Judah. Give me that Judah, and give me that wisdom of Solomon 5. We about to go.
This is Judah chapter 5, and this is when Achior, an Ammonite, was talking to one of Nebuchadnezzar's generals, telling him that if the Most High is not dealing with these people, then we can go against them. But if he's dealing with them, hey, it's a wrap for us. This is Judah 5.
And how much now? How much now, man? The Most High dealing with us, man. The Most High give us, hey, man. Brothers be down sometimes. Brothers be mind's been in another zone. And then, hey, I be seeing some shit sometimes, bro. Even if it's the 144 number on license plates on shit, that's just a signal, a sign the Most High be with us. I be times where you just want to fucking go outside and put your head in the bag and yell, bro. But you look in the sky, you see a fucking chariot. Just give you that. Hold on, son. Just hold on, man. The Most High with us. The Most High with us, man. The Most High is with GMS, man. The Most High is with the apostles, man. Brothers just gotta hold on, bro. You know, them powers is just that much closer. Go ahead. Just give me that before we get out of here too. Give me that. What I told you in that extras. I almost forgot about it. Go ahead.
Judith 5 and 17. And whilst they sinned not before their power, they prospered, because the Most High that hateth iniquity was with them.
That's right.
But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. Verse 19. But now are they returned to their power, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their power be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
That's what's about to happen, man. The Lord's finna give us that power, but these nations finna be a reproach. They finna be brought low when Yahweh Shah raises his men up, man. And when he returns, man. We gonna get the ultimate victory. The ultimate. We are literally. What your boy said on the table. That Finkelstein guy. We the real comeback kids that they ever been with. We the comeback kids, man. that pieces that the shit that you can't get rid of, man. No matter how much you try to tear down, destroy, motherfucker just keep floating back up to the top, man.
Real underdog.
The real underdogs, man. All right, go ahead.
It's wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him,
That's right.
and made no account of his labors.
That's right.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
Right. And when they see it, that can go into so many things, man. That goes into when they see us putting these garments on, preaching on highways and byways, they in fear. They're gonna be actual fear when they see the men of the Lord get them powers, man. They're gonna be in fear. That hits on so many avenues right there. Go ahead.
And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
And they're definitely gonna be amazed at the straightness of our salvation, because our salvation is coming through the chariots of Israel, man. All right? Through the Lord and that fathership. Go ahead.
So far beyond all they look for.
Yeah, that's why it says that. It's gonna be so far beyond that they look for, because nobody's looking for the Lord to come back. The Lord to come back in the chariot, just like in the time he came back on the donkey, man. Nobody was looking for that. Like, whoa, we say he had made like an entrance, man. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm asking you.
Yeah, ask him a donkey, man. So, and the same thing when he come back in that mighty forward ship, man. That big old ship he coming back in, man. Ain't nobody gonna be ready for that.
It said they gave that account of Yahweh Shai on the donkey. It said he came in humbly.
Yeah.
What was it saying, Isaiah 47? He's not meeting like a man this time, and every eye from one end of the earth to the other is going to see him coming back.
That's right. Go ahead.
And they repented and groaning for anguish of spirit, and shall say within themselves, This was he whom we have sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach.
Yeah, this is he that we had sometimes in derision. That we arrested, we have fired, did certain things too, man. Mocked. You know, go ahead.
When fools are counted of his life madness,
Yeah, they counted our life madness. The elect, they counted our life madness, man. You know, go ahead.
and his end to be without honor.
Right, go ahead. Some more. Let's see when to stop.
And how is he numbered amongst the children of the Most High, and his lot is among the saints?
Yeah. High is light among the saints. That's why they don't do it no more. But back in the day, this piece of shit ass team around the corner, you say, oh, when the Saints go marching in, or I want to be in that number when that Saints go marching in. That number is who? The 144,000. They put shit in your face. They put shit directly in your face, man. You know? The real saints are the elect of the nation of Israel, man, or ultimately the Israelites, man. But amongst that, those people that are elect, and there's a number. It's a number you gotta be hoping for, man. Go ahead.
That's why that team's so garbage down here, because they ain't the real saints.
Yeah, they ain't the real saints, man. Go ahead.
Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us. The Son of Righteousness rose not upon us.
Yeah, devil. Oh, he better bust his ass. He gonna end it out on this.
Second Ezra 16 and
I wish
7.
you'd have fell to China.
For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
No, I'm not so like that. You kind of passed it up. I meant the one in Ezra's, about having the crown. The Lord gonna set the crowns on our heads.
Oh. So, that's 6.
Yeah, it's 2 and 42. Read down. 2 and 42.
Second Ezra 2 and 42. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praised Yahweh with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest.
This is right along with 1 Corinthians 15. This is the ultimate victory right here, man. That you should hope and want, man. Taking all these L's. This is the only win that's gonna matter, man. So if you owe in 1,000, this one victory right here is gonna hit home, man. It ain't, all the losses and shit ain't gonna matter. All the sorrows and heartache ain't gonna matter, bro. Go ahead.
And upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly.
That crown, man, that crown of that victory. All right? That penny, man, that penny that all the brothers are working for, which is the kingdom, that's a part of that too. Go ahead.
So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? And he answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal,
Yeah.
and have confessed the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Confess the name, meaning coming out here on the highways and byways, confessing the name, believing in that name, man. All right, go ahead.
Now are they crowned and receive palms. Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world.
That's what we're doing. We're confessing the Lord's name in the world, man. This is the world. This is amongst all these people, you know, these nations, all right, out in the open, man. All right, this is the part of it. Go ahead.
Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
And we are standing stiffly, man. Like your boy say, crazy ass nigga in jail. If y'all think we here to play around with y'all niggas, God damn it, we're not. We confessing the Lord. 10 toes down, bro. Whatever happens, happens. We can go out there right now, man. Right now, cut this video and go down there and get killed, man. So be it. So be it, man. That was our lot. You know? It is what it is, man. Like this brother Lou saying, if the Lord, what you say, huh?
Yeah, the Lord cool with it.
I'm
we
cool.
with
Fuck it. It is what it
We
is.
good with it. We good with it. Even if it ain't good for us, as
Hey,
we
it
would
is what it
see, it's still good for us.
Yeah, what the Lord said, you know, when I done done you, when I done, God damn.
Consume. When I consume you,
Yeah, consume you or
No,
put
I've
something on
done
your
you
head.
good.
I done you good.
that you're good.
Go ahead, Doc. Yeah, man. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises, glory, infinite honor to
To
Yahweh
Yahweh
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
The honor to the elders, apostles, GMS. Peace and blessings, salutations. And once again to the hopeful elect. Until next time, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.